Hey guys, so today I'm talking about just generic things I feel really. Basically, like, uni has been really stressful and I found out my first year doesn't even count. And I've been putting in a lot of effort and all-nighters and everything, which sucks. And like, it leads me to like what I'm talking about. So like, I feel like I never really feel awake. I somehow always feel like I'm in a dream, and no matter what I do, I can't really snap into reality. Like, I'm there in the moment, but I'm not. I'm locked away. Like, there's an invisible force field around me, and there's nothing I can do to break out and feel alive. It makes you feel like a ghost, and like, you feel like you're stuck in a place, in a time, without realising it. You can't really break out of it. You're just kind of there. And as much as you try, you just don't feel like you're real. Like, everything is made up. Mainly just you. And you're there, but it's like the place you live is haunted, but not by anything, by you. Like, you're the ghost living there, walking around and just trying to be real. I don't know. This is just, I know it sounds very depressing. It's just how I feel a lot of the time. It's like, there's very few moments I actually feel like I'm awake and actually living and being in the moment. As much as I try to be in the moment and live as much as possible, it's just really hard because I constantly feel like I'm sleeping, like I'm kind of in a coma, of like a state of lucid dreams, or everything feels real and looks real, but you know it isn't. And that's just how I feel when I'm awake. It's very rare that I actually feel like I'm here. And it kind of leads into this talk I watched by Simon Sinek about Generation Z. I think it's called something like Why You Don't Succeed in Life. And he talks about how my generation, like, the worst case scenario is that we commit suicide, like, we're already seeing an increase in depression and anxiety in teenagers and everything, and an increase in numbers overall of people that actually do it. The worst case scenario is we live through life, walking through it, saying everything's fine and not finding or experiencing true joy. And that scares me because the main thing I want in life is to feel happy. Like, I feel it some of the time, like true joy, and I just want to feel that for as long as possible. But I know you can't have that without the bad. Although, everyone experiences bad. I would honestly just love to have moments of true joy. But just as soon as they come, they leave. And I don't know why, but it just really makes me think about his talk and how, my generation is just kind of haywired differently, and like, we were apparently given a bad hand because the way we were raised and everything, and just the time period we're in. And it does just make you think about how society's progressing forward, but not in the way we want. And you can kind of see that in Gen Z's humour, where they just joke about like suicide and addiction and stuff all the time, and there's nothing else. They joke about like that, the main things. It honestly just makes you feel like we're slowly decaying in a way. Like, we just need to step back in evolution and just go back to a simpler time where everything was more happy and not everything was as bad as it is now. Like, imagine experiencing true joy almost daily when you're out with your friends and not having to stress too much because like uni or school is getting harder and the tests are getting worse. Just think about how it would feel to experience happiness and less stress and honestly have real friends rather than like artificial ones. I'm really happy I've got real friends, but I know a lot of people that don't, and I know how it makes them feel, and it's just really sad that although we're evolving, we're not heading in the right direction. We're not really aiding everyone and supporting everyone as much as possible. Like, we could be doing so much more, we could be doing so much better if only we stopped and we helped each other and just got rid of all of society's standards for us. If we were just 100% ourselves to everyone we met and tried making friends with everyone rather than criticising people and judging them on every little aspect of themselves. Imagine how much better life would be if you could walk down the street and you could make friends rather than feel like you're leaving the house and going into a threatening environment where people are just going to bully you and insult you constantly. Life would just be so great if that was possible. And sometimes it is, but a lot of the time there are just always going to be people that will put you down. And we need to get rid of that. We need to just try and keep in mind that we need to teach the younger generations that they need to better themselves and not lean on technology, and just, in all honesty, try and have the best life they can before anything bad comes. Like, danger and horrible things happening aren't ever going to stop. But we could be so much more if we taught people to embrace the happy times and the happy memories. Imagine almost every day creating one of the best memories you could possibly have and just being able to relive it in your mind. We all have maybe a handful of the best memories possible. Now think about how much they mean to you, how sentimental you are of them, how happy they make you. But imagine you could make thousands of their memories and feel that emotion almost all the time, just constantly being happy and excited about the next day, rather than going, oh, I've got all today's work done, time to go to sleep, wake up and repeat the meaningless cycle of life that I have to live. Like, it's not even a 9 to 5 job when you're a student. It's like 6, 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. if I'm being honest. Like, everyone does all-nighters, everyone stays up late doing work. There's just so much pressure from society and from like the government and education and everything. And it's catering to our minds but not to our hearts or not to mental health. Like, they tell you to take care of yourself, but then they don't let you have days off of school for feeling bad. They like judge you, the teachers and everything. They don't care like that you need help. They pretend they do, but they just want you to show up and do everything they want. They want you to conform to that system, and it's not really great, because ultimately that's what's slowly killing us all. We're just slowly dwindling out in numbers like stars in the sky, slowly fading, because we can't handle the pressure that they put on us, and we can't keep going with the way they want things to be. We need to figure out our own way, and we need to be us. You can't just become the person you want instantaneously, but you can't completely alter yourselves to be someone you're not. You have to be you. You have to be true to who you are, and you just really have to try and not freak out about life. It's one of the hardest things imaginable, but you've got to do it. You've just got to persistently try and be as authentic to yourself as possible. Just try and live every day a little bit better. Try and stress less. Focus more on your friends and your happiness and mental health than your workload. Don't completely ignore it. Just at least set aside some time for you. Try not to pause and focus all your energy on work. Another good thing is, like, when you're going through your day and you've got like the list of things you need to do, you need to assign each of them a certain amount of energy. So like in school, put in effort, but not all of your effort. Then when you come home to do your homework, don't put in as much effort as you did at school, but don't put in too much effort that you did exhaust yourself. And then when you're having fun with your friends or having just a leisure time for yourself, you need to just take into accountability that you're not meant to put in your complete focus. You're meant to just zone out and experience the emotional roller coaster you're on, rather than focusing on all of the work you've done. You need to let your mind free and just be who you are. You need to relax and just have the best life you can.